Hey, Tubies! This is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back with you. You guys are rocking. I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to last night's seance. We had a wonderful time. If you haven't seen that, that's the video right before this. This is our weekly event where we gather and have a seance. And we open the spirit door and we always get blessed messages. And I'll tell you, the spirits were very powerful last night. I could feel them literally coursing energy through me, and it was amazing. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's Psychic Bob's Saturday Night Seance right before this video. Anyways, today we're here. We're going to talk about some spiritual phenomena, spiritualist seance phenomena. For many years, I practiced in the spiritualist churches, and I used to go to seances, and I got to see some amazing mediums. And I myself, as I developed as a medium, got to have some amazing experiences. And some of the things that you will encounter in seances are absolutely fascinating. Now, you guys are familiar with my work as a trance medium. So when I do trance mediumship, I go into a trance and spirit entities around me overshadow my consciousness and my nervous system. And that's how they manifest. They come through my body. They take control of my vocal cords and my nervous system. And then they speak to people that are present. So if you've never seen trance channeling, definitely check out my seance video, Psychic Bob's Saturday Night Seance. It's every Saturday night here. So I hope you'll be joining us. Now, sometimes when a medium does a seance, though, other things can occur. And one of the other areas where there's a lot of amazing mystical things happen is in seances where there are what we call independent direct voice phenomena. And this is a phenomena where a spirit voice literally appears in the air around a medium or somewhere in the room and talks to the sitters. It's an objective, independent voice. They do not use the medium's vocal cords to speak, but it's a voice that exists independently. And this is accomplished through a spirit energy, which is called ectoplasm. Ectoplasm is a substance that many mediums have. It's kind of like a vapor that comes out of the body when a medium is in trance. The spirits take that, they sculpt a voice box, and that voice box floats in the air near the medium or somewhere in the room, and the spirits can impinge vibrations on that then translate as sound. Very, very fascinating. One of the mediums who's my favorite who did this was Leslie Flint. This is a picture of him. You might want to check out his book. It's called Voices in the Dark. And this details his life as an independent direct voice medium. Now, I have to tell you, I'm a believer in this. I believed in it even before I saw it. But I myself have directly experienced this phenomena. Many years ago, I did a seance where I was sitting in a dark room with a group of people, and literally I had a voice of a spirit manifest. It was about up here, about a foot above me to my left, literally talking independently. This was not a trick. It wasn't a joke. It really happened, and many people saw it and witnessed it. My power was not so strong, and so I couldn't get the voice to be clear. It was more mumbling, like blah, 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 blah. But everybody could hear it was a human voice trying to talk. I think it was absolutely fascinating. Another medium who did a lot of work with the direct voice was also Arthur Findlay. Well, he wasn't a medium, but he worked with this medium, which was John Campbell Sloan out of Scotland. This is a picture of John Campbell Sloan and his wife. He was a medium in the 1930s and a very famous medium for independent direct voice. So I would encourage you guys, do some research on independent direct voice. Absolutely fascinating. Another medium that was very famous also for independent direct voice was this guy who I'm always fascinated with, Jack Weber. Jack Weber was a medium who, his form of independent direct voice employed what we call spirit trumpets. And in fact, I'm going to show you a spirit. Jack Weber, when he would do a seance, he would have one of these trumpets sitting on the seance table. This is an actual spiritualist voice trumpet. And during the seance, the trumpets would levitate and float around the room, and voices would come out of them. This is another form of independent direct voice. As I said, I myself have worked in this area. Now, I have never had a trumpet levitation, but I have had independent voices that have been able to be documented around me. Very, very fascinating stuff. One of the things that occurred, as I said, in Jack Weber seances was levitation. And let me show you some other pictures here that I think are very fascinating. Here are two pictures that I think are intriguing. This one shows Jack Weber in trance and a table near him levitating. This was filmed with infrared photography. And here's another one with a group in a circle and a table is levitating. Pretty amazing stuff. And Jack Weber did not mind being subjected to scientific testing. A lot of people say, oh, you mediums are all frauds. But there's on record many mediums such as Sloan and also my favorite Leslie Flint and Jack Weber who were tested by the Society for Psychical Research and passed with flying colors. During one of Leslie Flint's seances, to prove that he was not making the voices, they gave him a special dyed liquid that he had to hold into his mouth. It was a measured amount. He had to hold it into his mouth during the whole seance and then release it back into a beaker. So the scientists could measure that he was not swallowing the liquid or doing anything strange. And they were able to record voices that were floating in the room independently of him. And they had him bound, cameras on him. Amazing stuff. So I would encourage you guys, if you want to learn more about seance phenomena, you want to study the old mediums who used to do these amazing works. Leslie Flint, Jack Weber, and the works of Arthur Findlay. Sloan never wrote a book. The medium John Sloan never wrote a book, but Arthur Findlay basically did all the writing for him. So look up Arthur Findlay. This book, Where Two Worlds Meet, is basically a treatise of all the seances and the conversations that happened. And I tell you, the mysteries of the seance room are really, really something. So, we've got levitation, we've got independent voices, we've got trumpets, floating around. Another phenomenon is called apports. And apports are where the spirits bring a physical object into the room. Like you might be sitting in a seance and you hear something, boom, hit the table. And when you turn on the lights, your cell phone, which was upstairs in your bedroom, is now on the middle of the seance table. See, that's called apports, independent apports. So another phenomenon. I'm curious to know if any of you have ever had seance phenomena. Tell me in the box below, have you ever been to a seance? Have you ever seen a medium do independent voice? Have you ever seen levitations? Let me know what you think. Anyways, guys, I'm so glad you're here. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming, and I hope you'll like this, favorite, share it with your friends, and be back here tomorrow because we're going to talk about more of the seance phenomena. Blessings to you.